Hey, what about it, YouTube? All right, so just a few days ago, or a couple weeks ago, I talked about this guy, Shameless Sperg, who's been showed. And I called him a honeypot, and then people jumped to me saying that he was a fed or a plant or whatever. Something doesn't add up. I don't know what's all behind it. But came out. And just like so many, he comes out, and at first it's tantalizing, and it's like, here, let's just read some quotes of what these guys say about you. So I caught on to him. I'm like, yeah, all right, that's not bad. That's not a bad approach to just read what they say. That's not a bad approach to the noticing, or to yeah, just sharing valuable information that might save your life. So I caught on to his stuff, but then as time went on, it just got more gonzo with jumping on the whole fatiguer thing, a little heavy, quite a bit heavy, and then the rhetoric that he started to add into his noticing. It became like clear to me. I'm like, this guy doesn't get it. This guy looks like crap. I mean, he looks like crap. When you get on, the internet and start attacking basically our our countrymen to some degree because of their skin color. Look, I've said it in my other video. I get that we need some kind of an ethnic identity in the United States, and I'm of course going to lean towards those that founded the country as being the possessors of that ethnicity. But you got people who've been here for a long, long time, and so I'm not defending like the Johnny Come Latelys, but there's people who've been here a long, long time, and some of them do know how to act. All right. And so we should be working with them to get our common enemy looked at. That's another video I did that was inspired by this guy. Right before I did the expose video I did on him, I did one showing like a rat and a scorpion put in a cage. And it's like, who's the a-hole who put the rat and the scorpion in the cage? So just a little recap there on why I started talking about this guy. But that was it. It's like, you don't need to be Colin Flaherty and trying to get us into a race war. All right, that's stupid. That's not helpful. All right, and that's exactly what divide and conquer, Soviet or whatever brand deception you want to attach to it. But that's it. To knock you out from within. And so why would you be doing that? Right? I'm not saying, oh, that means you're pro-immigration, or you like the Somalis going to rape gangs, and oh yeah, you like all that. No, dude. Of course, I don't like stupid shit. But and another thing, this guy attracted a bunch of people in my expose video. Now that he's been showed, a bunch of people started showing up, a bunch of Zoomers, I guess. And I never felt old until recently, right? I never was old or felt old. Or now I got to hear these asshole kids tell me that I'm a boomer and that I'm the reason everything sucks and we ruined the country. Dude, I'm trying not to get too emotionally excited or have outbursts, but I'm gonna slap the fucking taste out of your mouth, you fucking wet behind the ear idiot. You don't have any life experience. We've been fighting this fucking shit a lot longer than you've even been alive, you dumb fuck. So, Zoomers are starting to really piss me off. Look up Zoomer stare. All you ass, and this guy called Sperg, all you Asperger spectrum fuckers from all your vaccinations, and you can't appreciate anything, and everybody's a boomer that's 5 years older than you, and You just dismiss everything. Oh, we want to watch good-looking young people talk about stuff. What in the fuck, dude? I never thought about that, right? When I started researching shit, I mean, real heavy after 9/11, I didn't sit there and be like, oh, I want to look at good-looking people of my age. You fuckers are retarded, okay? I'm losing big faith with, big time faith with our Zoomer generation coming up behind us. They're fucking retarded. But anyway, I thought that, I was part of a larger group of people that were somewhat intellectual, not 50 IQ, running around, gonna get in trouble idiots. But what happens here with this guy? Okay, so Sperg comes out and he shoots to the moon in 2 months, gets 50,000 subs, YouTube partner, 2.3 million views, starts making money, monetized. Okay, so these are all red flags. And then as time goes on, as I was saying, his videos even their titles, why I don't like Jews, or why I dislike, or why I hate, and stuff like that, using those terminologies. Like, I mean, I've done some dumb shit on YouTube, and I've done some things that I regret, but I'll come out and say it when I sober up or something, after I reflect. I don't just keep doubling down on things that I realize are unproductive. But this guy was doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down. I wouldn't even watch his crap after a time. It's just the titles of his stuff were so ridiculous and going nowhere. I started calling him like Aimless Sperg and stuff because, dude, you're going nowhere. You're just honey trapping people. If you're doing it unwittingly, it just means you're very, very low IQ. Yeah, Asperger, I don't know, very, very, very low IQ, high on the spectrum, maybe, I don't know. Or you're working for the fucking Russians or somebody, you're another Tim Pool Jr. or you're something, right? You're something causing this division and making everyone who follows you look like crap and giving no one any solutions like Colin Flaherty, so that you just sit around with, burned out, just adrenal gland just on fire about, I hate people. I hate you. I hate you. Oh, you got different color skin. Oh, I hate you. Oh, you're a J. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Again, sometimes I've had some emotional feelings that I've expressed in that moment that I regretted later. But I don't sit there and double down on that stuff. It's not smart. It's not wise. It's not the right energy. You end up being just like your enemy. You end up playing right into their playbook too, because that's what would make it so easy for them. Case in point, right now, this guy I'm talking about. What makes it so easy for them? What makes it so easy for them to say, oh, we're victims, and oh, there's anti-Semitism, and oh, we've got to stop this, and we have to have policies, and we have to monitor hate speech, and we have to Shoah and shut down people who are inciting and spreading these hateful, racist ideals, and the far right and whatever else, and white nationalism. How will whites ever get what they deserve? How will white people ever get what they deserve, which is what everybody else has, a host nation somewhere? How will we ever get that when you act like this? When you play right into the hands of those who are manipulating the entire narrative. You play right into their hands. When you come out and you make videos and you say, reasons I dislike hate. You might as well do like Hebrew Taco and those guys and go get a van and start putting Jay's killed Jesus on the side of it and Jay's raped babies, and go buy a blimp and go float the blimp up above the beach. This kind of crap's been done before, but this is just some more regurgitation is how I see it. And maybe I'm just happen to be old enough to remember that there's all kinds of this kind of stuff that happens over and over and over again. It gets regurgitated, these things. But again, what's going to make it easy for them to say anti-Semitism? What's going to make it easy for them to is this guy. How is he able to last for 2 months making the videos he made? How is he able to be monetized at all? You know, I've never made 1 penny on YouTube, never tried to really, but you know, that's one. And he was kvetching about making money too, right there at the end. I even put it. That was like my last comment to him. It is, you know, just like a who to kvetch about having your video demonetized or trying to monetize your thing here on the internet. I mean, I don't want to get paid from this, and the reason why is I don't want anyone to think that I'm compromised in my ideals because of money or because of what in my views. So my views are that Shameless Sperg here did exactly what anyone would do if they wanted to get burned out on purpose in front of the public as a chilling effect. Okay, what or some other, you know, look at what's happening to him. And then isn't part of the takeaway supposed to be that this could happen to you? I think that's it, at least part of it. Is this could happen to you. You could have a newspaper from fucking England turn into a bunch of Karens and tattletale on you to YouTube for the videos you make and then dox you. Yeah, a foreign newspaper can dox you and try to ruin your life and talk about who your wife is, who she works for, where you live. They don't give an exact address, but they tell you he's from Michigan. They give you his name, Chris Booth. Okay, so here we are. Isn't that supposed to be like a chilling effect to you? It should be. It should make you sort of like perk up a little bit like, oh, is this what happens? And so all of this is sus and weird. Okay? But it's bad. It's a bad way to do things. A bad way to do things is to act like this guy. So if you've got Asperger's, if you've had too many shots, you know, if you're a Zoomer, maybe you just need to shut the hell up and listen to somebody older than you. And guess what? Not everyone is a fucking boomer. So shut up about that too. And guess what? My parents that were boomers, they just worked and had they had the same kind of stuff we have on a different level. It was spread out over many, many more years. The propaganda was easier to digest. There wasn't as much conflicting propaganda. So everybody was sort of on the same page as to the propaganda. It was different and the same, but they didn't know who's been ruining this country. Dude, you could go back to Alexander Spooner. Go read Spooner and find out what he thought about people ruining the country back in the 1800s. I mean, if you went back to any generation, they'd say the same thing, except for they wouldn't be so stupid to blame it on their grandparents, right? They'd have the same complaints about how things could be better or things are going in the wrong direction. Now, being a Gen Xer, I have seen the glory days. I have seen probably the best that this country has ever had to offer, which was the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So I do recognize what's been lost, and it bothers me. But we're not going to get there by infighting. Again, we're not going to get there by infighting, by looking at people's colors and people's age and people's genders and people's whatever and fighting each other when the guy that put us all in the cage to fight stands there and laughs and rubs his hands together. All right. And for all my new subs, thanks. God bless.